We are going to call the meeting to order. If we could all rise for a moment of silence and a salute to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On behalf of the board and administration, we want to welcome you all here this evening to our school board meeting. We do have a student performance this evening. Ms. Allison Craig and Mr. Chris Valentine present members of the elementary orchestra to perform for us this evening. So it's all yours.
Fifth graders added in that are doing really well in class. So if we have, can I have all the Ross students raise their hand? You're from Ross. So Ross, sixth graders and some fifth graders. What about McIntyre? McIntyre, Highcliffe, and then Westview. So this is going to be one of the pieces we play on our sixth grade tour, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll be going to Children's Hospital, Pittsburgh, and playing the lobby there. We'll be going to Carnegie Mellon University, touring their music recording studios. And we'll be going to the middle school and working with the high school orchestra, playing electric instruments and getting ready for our concert in March. So our next piece will be a little bit of an Irish flavor to it. It'll be called Celtic Dance.
thank you so much. Students, great job. We got some future symphony orchestra players. That's for sure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. On to public recognition. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mrs. Beth Williams, the high school principal.
Good evening, everyone. I am here tonight because I have the honor and privilege of recognizing several wonderful staff and student achievements tonight. On December 6th, the North Hills School District held our second annual district-wide book fair at the Waterworks Barnes & Noble Booksellers to raise funds for urban impact and support the district's libraries and literacy programs. The 4-hour family-friendly event was open to all and included live entertainment from North Hills High School choir, guitar, and orchestra ensembles, and meets and greets with local authors, face painting, balloon animals, and story time led by our North Hills students. At the event, a percentage of each sale made with a special voucher was donated to Urban Impact, an organization designed to assist the varied needs of inner-city youth. Other attendees also purchased books from an in-store display that were given to the North Hills libraries to enhance our district literary collections. None of this would have been possible without the leadership of senior high English teacher Mrs. Carmen Washington. She devoted numerous hours to organizing and leading this event to reinforce the importance of literacy in every person's life, but also to stress that with hard work, dreams can be reached and lives can be changed. Please now join me in thanking Mrs. Washington for inspiring all of us every day that each day is filled with teachable moments. She loves to be publicly recognized. Thank you, Carl. No, don't go. Yes, you are. You get the shaking gauntlet.
Thank you. Congratulations. Always yours the best.
Congratulations. Thanks. Memento from this. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next, I would like to recognize an Eagle Scout and 9th grader who unexpectedly had his scouting training and skills put to this test. In December, Nicholas Bartell was in class when a classmate next to him fainted. He immediately sprang into action and began to employ his emergency medical training to assist the student. With the school nurse en route to the classroom, Nicholas quickly checked the student's vital signs and was able to quickly and efficiently relay this information to the nurse upon her arrival. Gratefully, the student was able to make a speedy recovery. But Nicholas, your behavior in this situation is indicative of your tremendous character and compassion for others. Thank you for your prompt, extremely calm, and extremely mature response. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Bartell. And again, in case you missed it, he is a 9th grader and already an Eagle Scout, which is unbelievably impressive.
Congratulations, Bob. Great job.
Congratulations. Take a little momentum. Okay.
North Hills High School is lucky enough to participate in the Challenge program. This program is designed to fulfill the mission of building business and education partnerships and strengthening communication between businesses, educators, and students through motivational high school assemblies. During the North Hills High School Assembly, several students participated in a skit that outlined the importance of connecting traits and skills learned in high school with the workforce. The skills in the skit included punctuality and attendance, communication, time management, organization, and goal setting. The students recognized that the Challenger Assembly received certificates as well as a monetary award in front of the entire school as we recognize their outstanding achievement. This evening, I am very proud to recognize the following students. Brianna Saul, who is the STEM Challenge Award winner. Brianna is actually next door at the North Hills German Club National Honor Society induction. So she was going to try and get over here, but she said she may be late. Sierra Lightsey is here to be recognized for the Academic Improvement Challenge Award. And I'm betting she's at North Allegheny Gym watching our boys team play Baldwin as we speak. That's okay. Megan Gimmis for Academic Excellence Challenge Award. And Megan's also at North Allegheny. Jake McClintock, perfect attendance. Oh, right, and he kept that streak alive. Yep, you get to walk through. Thank you. Also, Zachary Rosenberger is here for the Community Service Challenge Award. He is also across the street being inducted in the German National Honor Society. The other following students who were recognized. Seemed appropriate that he came. Several other students were recognized at the assembly, but obviously they are at North Allegheny cheering on our boys team as we speak. Andrew Toplak for the STEM Challenge Award, Tyler Conley for the Academic Improvement Challenge Award, Colin Ferris for the Academic Excellence Challenge Award, Brandon Hackemer for the Perfect Attendance Challenge Award, and Alina Molinero for the Community Service Challenge Award. So again, congratulations to all of you students. Last but certainly not least, it is a pleasure to recognize two high school teachers, Mrs. Jennifer DePasquale and Mrs. Amy Patzalivas, who are the sponsors of North Hills High School Student Council and Hands for Service Club. Together, they were able to teach our students an invaluable life lesson regarding community service. Through Mrs. DePasquale and Mrs. Patzalivas' leadership, planning, initiative, and dedication, North Hills High School held its second annual dance marathon for 12 hours on January 15th from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. on January 16th in North Hills Middle School gymnasiums in an effort to raise funds for the local Make-A-Wish chapter and the Four Diamonds Funds that supports families affected by childhood cancer. The event raised an amazing $14,050. The dance marathon was based on the legendary and successful dance marathon Thon, which is held annually at Penn State University. At the North Hills event, each dancer was required to raise an entrance fee of $25, but participants were encouraged to raise as much as they could to support the two charitable organizations benefiting from the dance marathon. Hundreds of students stayed on their feet dancing, moving, and playing games while learning a life lesson that they will never forget. Please join me in thanking Mrs. DePasquale and Mrs. Patzalivas for leading such a wonderful community event. Okay. The ladies would like to take a moment to introduce some of the students that helped make Thon so possible and successful.
I think you all realize why Jake McClintock is our student council president when he walked through and shook your hands. So Jake, come on up. Jake is a senior this year, instrumental. These are our officers and our committee chair people for Dance Marathon. We have Calvin Shimura, Tyler Ray, our entertainment chair, think everybody knows that. Jake Seiler, we'll get those pictures out at some point, was the Make-A-Wish mascot. He wore a star costume for a little too long. He had a little bit of heat exhaustion, but he managed to make it through. And Dylan McElwain is our fundraising chair, and I can't tell you, he's only a sophomore. This kid goes up and down McKnight Road, hand delivers donation letters, sponsorship letters, and gets on his committee, which I think this year he only had about 4 kids that wanted to do the fundraising, but they did an amazing, amazing job. So we really could not do this. And I want to publicly recognize the 4 seniors from last year as well, who really started this whole thing. Sam Greer, Mackenzie Southworth, thank you, Travis Bauer, and Molly Evans. They were instrumental last year. They have all moved on to college at this point. So we were able to raise $14,050. We actually have more money that's still coming in from that event. And then if you boys would show the other check, half of that will go to Make-A-Wish and half of that will go to the 4 Diamonds Fund. And this year, as most of you probably know, we lost a student who graduated last year, Danielle Kepler, who was a Make-A-Wish recipient, and she was also a member of our clubs last year as a senior. So we are donating that money in her name to Make-A-Wish, and we are asking that they take that money and give a wish to an organ donation child in her name.
Thank you. Congratulations.
You made a huge star, I'm sure.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for what you did.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you.
I know that took a lot. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
Thank you for your patience as I introduce just a sampling of the wonderful staff and students that I am lucky enough to spend each and every day with. It is indeed a very proud and humbling experience to be the principal of North Hills High School, so thank you very much. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Steve Hoza, one of the high school senior high social studies teachers.
Three years ago, we started a program with cooperation with Westview Borough in which we have students sit on their borough council as junior councilmen. It's a really nice experience for the students because they get to actively participate in local government, get a chance to speak in front of crowds, not quite as large as this, but get to speak in front of crowds and really get to interact and meet the leaders of the community. And it's also really nice because the community leaders get to see really some excellent students from North Hills. And every month, people, our junior councilmen, will give a report on what's going on in the school, whether it's Thon or curriculum night or whatever. Whenever we pick these students, we really look for just a couple of things. We look for a good student, we look for somebody who's dependable, responsible, but most of all, we look for somebody who has a lot of character, who will really bring the best of what North Hills has to offer out into the community. And this year, we chose Monica Snyder, and she's our new junior councilman for Westview. She got sworn in last Thursday, and right away, as soon as she got sworn in, she got to read the first piece of legislative action, which was kind of neat. So she's well on her way. So I just wanted to congratulate Monica.
Congratulations. Good job.
Congratulations on the momentum from the school district.
Congratulations. Enjoy the experience.
Congratulations.
I just said that.
Congratulations.
Because
Hello, my name is David Lieberman. I'm the principal and the honored principal at North Hills Middle School. It is my privilege to discuss with you for a minute here three very high-achieving girls. Have you ever looked around your neighborhood or your school and wondered, how could you make it change for the better? Well, these girls have achieved the Girl Scout Silver Award, the highest award a Girl Scout cadet can earn. So, Hannah, you're going to talk a little bit about what you earned or how you went about earning it.
Hello, my name is Hannah Shuley, and this is Katie Snyder and Tori Legis, and we are Girl Scouts from Troop 50146. We earned our Silver Award this summer. Our project was to educate and inform people about cat overpopulation in western Pennsylvania. We worked with the Animal Friends on Camp Horn Road, and we completed over 50 hours of volunteer work. In preparation for our event, we attended similar events to get ideas for our own event. Our event and Animal Friends helped people seeking to adopt get to know the cats and kittens available for adoption. We advertised our event by hanging posters around town and having an ad in the Animal Friends edition of the Pittsburgh Pets. We also filmed a video about cat overpopulation, which can be viewed at vimeo.com and is entitled Why You Should Spay or Neuter Your Cat. Overall, it was a good experience, and we learned a lot about leadership and working with others in the community.
I got a cat. You want it?
Thank you for what you've done.
Congratulations, honey. Congratulations. Good job. Good job.
Congratulations, memento from the barn. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you. I think that ends the public recognition of the agenda. We could move on now to board member comments, if anybody has any. Oh, we have two. Mr. Muho, you're first.
Okay, I just want to, I had three things I wanted to just say. We went to senior night at the, for the swimming and diving. They swept that night. I know congratulations to them. I know the girls have a very good record. I didn't see the results from last night, their last match, so hopefully they won. Also, Friday, my family, or my son and I and my wife went to the girls basketball playoff game against Mount Lebanon. Unfortunately, they just didn't quite make it, but I'd like to congratulate them on a very successful season. They should be very proud of themselves for getting as far as they did. Hopefully, next year, go even further. And then I just want to comment on senior night for boys basketball, and the Whippeal screwed things up. I was going to go last night, and he switched it to tonight. But senior night was it was an electric night. The crowd was, I guess we're not known really as a basketball school. They won for the section for the first time in 33 years, but it was a full crowd, very exciting. The band was there. They sounded great, and great win to clinch the section, and good luck to them tonight, and hopefully they'll move on.
Thank you, Joe. Luke?
Another comment. The girls' basketball team played a very, very competitive game, and it's just a matter of our bench was about two people short. The score was not indicative of how close the game really was. They just ran out of steam the last 5 minutes. And another comment, over the weekend I received one direct comment, one indirect comment from parents who had students who just transferred into the district. And they attend Highcliffe School. And the comment that I received was that they are very appreciative of the students at Highcliffe for the effort that the parents or the faculty takes to bring their students up to grade level. So I congratulate the faculty and Ms. Bilderback for outstanding performance. That is always good news.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? All right, that, we can move on, and there apparently nobody has signed up for public comments on the agenda items. So we can now move on to the approval of the minutes. It's a request for the board to approve the minutes from January 7th, 2016 work session legislative meeting and January 14th, 2016 legislative meeting per the attached. I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There's also, I guess, yeah, all right, we got those. Let's get rid of this here for a second. Solicitor's report, Matt, I assume?
No public report.
Okay, thank you. We can now move to Madeline and student reps report. Madeline, it's all yours.
Okay. North Hills has a lot of exciting things going on in February. 2 high school sophomores have been honored for their artistic achievements in the Alliance for Young Artists and Writers competition for the Pittsburgh region. 4 high school students have advanced to the Pennsylvania Junior Academy of Science competition after receiving top honors at the regional competition. 10 high school students took home top honors at the Future Business Leaders of America regional competition and will compete at the state competition on April 10th to the 13th in Hershey. A Highcliffe 6th grade student will advance to the Western Pennsylvania Spelling Bee held on March 12th. Some of the high school's instrumentalists and vocalists have been selected to perform at various Pennsylvania Music Educators Association upcoming music festivals. 20 middle school students have been chosen to perform as part of the Northern Area Honors Band. In Westview, 6th graders held their annual Aztec Market on February 4th. North Hills Middle and High School jazz bands will host their 21st annual Mardi Gras celebration on February 20th from 7 to 10 p.m. Highcliffe will have their readathon starting February 26th to March 7th. The 9th and 10th grade semi-formal will be held on February 26th. Bandorama will be held on March 3rd in the middle school auditorium starting at 7 p.m. A.W. Beatty Career Center will be holding its annual fish fry on February 19th and 26th and March 4th and 11th from 12 to 3 p.m. and 4 to 7 p.m. Community members are invited to attend. The menu options and prices can be found on the district website. Read Across America Day is March 2nd, and the high school planetarium will be showing shows throughout February. You can visit the website for the descriptions and times of the shows.
Thank you, Madeline. Everything else okay? Good, thank you. It looks like we don't have anything under education this evening, Mrs. Bender.
No, there are no items, but I would like to say something at this point in time. And perhaps you could deal with this, Mr. Wilgus. I had gone to Dr. Taylor in order to ask him whether or not we had to vote for the trip to Reston, Virginia.
Yeah.
And he indicated we didn't, but I don't know if the board is up to date on what we're doing.
They may not be fully up to date. We are going to an Apple briefing in Reston, Virginia at the Apple headquarters. It requires us to take our administrative team and 3 board members. It is March 2, 3, 4? 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, which is coming up here in the next couple of weeks. This is really about an opportunity for us to, it's a professional development is what it's really about. It's about talking about teaching and learning using the devices. I think that we've talked about the one-on-one initiative several years ago and how we kind of baby stepped into it, and I'm really happy that we did as more teachers and students are becoming more comfortable with the device in the environment. And I think we are to the point where a lot of the new reading curriculums that we're looking at involve a digital technology component to it. So what's our best solution whenever we walk into that type of environment? Are we prepared to go 1-to-1, 7, and 8? At what point when we move into the high school, what do we do? What does the device look like? I personally don't know. I don't know if the iPad is the solution for a high school student. I think their needs are vastly different. I don't know if it's a computer, if it's a Chromebook, a MacBook. I don't know. And so this trip is really an opportunity for us to sit together as a board with administrative board members. There's 3 of us going. It's Mrs. Bender, Mr. Muha, and Mr. Wilgus. It's me, Johanna, and Jeff, it is Dave Lieberman, Beth Williams, Amy Matthew, and Bill McGahee. No, Jesse Simpson. Okay. So not all the administrators are going, but it's a handful of us so that we can sit together and kind of talk about what's our goals, what's our future, what is our direction with this, what's the vision as we talk about teaching and learning and how technology impacts teaching and learning. Apple is hosting it simply because we've been working with Apple with the one-to-one initiative. It doesn't mean anything about purchasing. We're not required to do anything. We're not bound by anything. It's just that Apple has been in the educational technology leader for a long time, and they do these types of professional developments, and I felt it was time for us to get together and sit with the experts in educational technology and talk about the direction of the district. So that's what we're going to do, and we will give you all a full report when we return.
Thank you, Dr. Manarino.
Will you
Yes,
come back
absolutely.
and share everything you learned with the board?
Oh, yes, especially me.
Huh? I'll
I have one
share
question.
everything I've
Who's in
learned.
charge while everybody's out of town?
Marilyn.
Okay.
She looks so happy about
Just
that.
hope it doesn't snow, Marilyn.
All right, thank
But
you.
she lives closer.
All right, let's move on to athletics and activities. That would be Mr. Muhal.
Yes, I have the announcement of the 2016 Distinguished Alumni Award recipients. Trying to figure out, can I do this with or without glasses? But
Put 'em on.
just Northfield School District has selected its 2016 Distinguished Alumni Awardees. Dr. Sandra Carson, a class of 1971 graduate, and Dr. Kurt Weiss, a class of 1992 graduate, will be the newest honorees to receive the district's annual Distinguished Alumni Award. Since 2013, Dr. Sandra Carson has been the Vice President of Education with the American Congress of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, where she oversees a team that directs the educational curriculum for OB/GYN residents across the United States. Additionally, she serves as a professor of obstetrics and gynecology and director of reproductive endocrinology and infertility at the Warren Alpert Medical School at Brown University. She received her medical degree at Northwestern University Medical School and completed her OB/GYN residency at Northwestern's Prentice Women's Hospital and a reproductive endocrinology fellowship at the University of Chicago's Michael Reese Hospital. An accomplished surgeon, Dr. Carson designed hysteroscopic instruments that allow doctors to look inside a uterus to diagnose and treat bleeding issues. She has been recognized in Best Doctors in America for more than 10 years and is included regularly in Good Housekeeping's 401 Best Doctors for Women and the Guide to America's Top Obstetricians and Gynecologists, among many other publications. She has published more than 130 peer-reviewed scientific papers, 60 chapters, and 6 books in reproductive medicine. She was an associate editor for the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Sorry. Sorry, I hit the wrong page. And editor-in-chief of Sexuality, Reproduction, and Menopause. Dr. Carson chaired the FDA's Reproductive Drugs Advisory Committee and was consultant to both the FDA's Center for Devices and Radiological Health and the President's Council on Bioethics. Her research was funded by the National Institutes of Health for 18 years, and her latest research development, the artificial human ovary, was named a top 10 medical breakthrough in 2010 by Time Magazine and Rhode Island 2011 Innovation of the Year. Wonder what she does in her spare time. Dr. Kurt Weiss is an orthopedic oncology surgeon at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, where he also serves as an assistant professor in the Division of Musculoskeletal Oncology. Additionally, he is the director of the Cancer Stem Cell Laboratory within the UPMC Orthopedic Surgery Stem Cell Research Center. The laboratory, which he established, focuses entirely upon cancer research and boasts one of the largest tumor registries and tissue banks of its kind in the world, which has aided sarcoma research and medical collaborations across the country. His research has had the support of the National Cancer Institute since 2003, and he is only the third orthopedic oncologist to receive this type of support. Dr. Weiss's dedication to cancer research and orthopedic surgery comes from his own battle with sarcoma or bone cancer that resulted in a loss of his leg and nearly took his life at age 15. Following his battle with cancer, he went on to receive his undergraduate degree from Notre Dame University and his medical degree from Jefferson Medical College of Thomas Jefferson University, and completed his orthopedic surgery residency at UPMC and musculoskeletal oncology fellowship at the University of Toronto's Mount Sinai Hospital. Now he is one of only a handful of surgeons who specialize in sarcoma. Dr. Weiss is also one of the very few physician scientists searching for a cure for this disease, and the only one who is also a former sarcoma patient. He is a founding member of Pittsburgh Cure Sarcoma, which seeks to raise awareness of and research funds for the rare cancer. The organization has donated more than $200,000 to the Sarcoma Foundation of America, making it the most active sarcoma volunteer organization in the United States. Dr. Weiss also has established the Kurt R. Weiss Scholarship for Wish Kids in partnership with the Make-A-Wish Foundation that provides financial support for former Wish Kids to pursue their goals beyond high school. Many North Hills graduates have benefited from the scholarship and has helped hundreds of children attend colleges, trade schools, and other schools of higher education. This board is proud to recognize Dr. Carson and Dr. Weiss for their impressive accomplishments and outstanding contributions to their field around and the world. Both award winners will be recognized at the high school awards night on May 19th. Congratulations. And I think you can see from that, that's two pretty impressive resumes and very deserving recipients.
That's
I'd
incredible.
like to also add with Mr. Weiss, he was in our band. He graduated from North Hills, and he was in our band, and he received Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I think it was one of the first out of North Hills to
I do
receive
remember
it.
that, yeah.
And his wish was to play with with Notre Dame
Notre Dame
University's band. And that was his wish, and he was there because obviously he was dying. I think one of the most impressive things that happened, he was a very quiet young man, was when Kurt came home, our band was waiting for him at the airport and played for him. What is even more impressive is the fact that he has fought the disease, has conquered it, and is doing so much. So,
Yeah, he's well deserving.
and I don't know the other, the woman doctor, but Kurt was here when I was on the board. So,
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Muha, it looks like it appears there's nothing under
There are
80.
no items for approval.
Okay.
Can I add something
Please.
under athletics?
Mhm.
I saw in the paper today that the athletic office is now accepting resumes for the Hall of Fame, Sports Hall of Fame. They have to be in by April 1st up there, and you can get the nomination form right off the web. So if anybody's interested, nominating somebody.
Good point. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Kelly isn't here this evening, so I'll just take personnel. There are 3 items that are under consideration: resignations, appointments, and change of status. I'd like to make a motion to approve the personnel items 1 through 3.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mrs. Reed, looks like you have a few policy
Correct.
items.
We have 2, and both of these policies will be a second reading, and we'll vote for approval this evening. And both of them were discussed in length at the committee meeting. However, if you have any further questions this evening, please address them. The first is revisions to policy 208, which is pupil medication. The second one is policy 217, graduation requirements. Are there any questions? The superintendent recommends, and I so move, that the board approve policy items 1 and 2.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mrs. Reed.
You're welcome.
We could move on to community and intergovernmental relations, and that, I guess, Mr. Yeomans.
Yeah, there's no items under approval, but I intend to add one after giving a redistricting update. Over the past 2 weeks, we've held 4 meetings with the PTO groups from all 4 of the elementary schools to talk over the options that we've had on the table since the last town hall regarding our choices for handling our enrollment challenges on the east side of McKnight Road with Ross and McIntyre Elementaries. Many of the board members were in attendance to hear what people had to say and to follow the conversation and the input from the community, which I think all the meetings went very well. I think we had a lot of good commentary, a lot of good questions. Dr. Manarino did a great job in laying out what all the options are. And I think it became clear, I think, at least to me, and we'll see here in a minute, that the options for adding capacity at Ross and McIntyre just are not financially feasible options for us at this point, and that we have better options on the table remaining in the 8 redistricting scenarios and the couple of scenarios that we'll have in front of us for class sizes. So at this point, I believe in order to get us moving more efficiently towards a final decision on this at our March 17th meeting, that at this point we officially take the building expansion or temporary space or permanent space to those schools, take those off the table. So I would enter a motion that we eliminate adding temporary or permanent space to Ross and McIntyre as redistricting options.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Nolish, is there any discussion? I will say, I'll start out, and if you don't mind. I kind of go back and forth on this idea, but after hearing, or I attended the first meeting of the Public Budget Committee, and we had a good dialogue, a good discussion with the people that were there, and Dave did a great job, as he always does, presenting the numbers. And if I didn't see what we talked about there, I probably would have thought, well, maybe we'll leave it on the table for a while, but I just don't see how financially we can squeeze that in with all the other issues that we have coming in front of us with respect to the budget. So I certainly would agree with the motion, but that's just my comment. Kath, you had a comment?
When you're making this motion, this is to either put an addition on either the 2 buildings or putting the trailers.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, because you didn't mention that one of the options was to increase classroom size.
Yeah,
No, I did mention that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm getting
He
deaf.
did.
I'm sitting right here. Huh? Okay, that was my
Okay.
question.
All right, so I guess all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Is there any opposed? Okay, great. Motion carries. Thank you, Michael.
And we have a town hall on March 1st.
Great, good
At
point.
which point we'll be discussing the remaining options for either class size or redistricting.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but March 1st, here in this room at 6 o'clock. Okay, is that right? Okay.
Is the time right, Lori? I believe that's, yes. Yeah.
Thank you. It's giving me the fingers over there.
Just kick me next.
Okay, we can move on to finance and Dr. Nolish.
Okay, thank you. Last meeting, we added 6 items to the agenda, which were the general fund bills, the construction fund bills, capital project fund bills, budget transfers, payroll for the month of January, and the fiscal year 2015 audit report acceptance. There is one new item that we would like to add, and this is a request to authorize the administration to extend the electricity purchasing contract, which is through the Allegheny Intermediate Unit, for additional 12 months. We currently have a contract to purchase electricity through Direct Energy through January of 2018. This was entered through our participation in the AIU's Western Pennsylvania Electricity Consortium. And consortium is currently negotiating a 12-month extension at costs that are below our current rates. And if we grant this request, we would be authorizing the administration to enter into that contract extension once it's negotiated. We need to give them some advance authorization because the lock-in prices are only available for very short periods, so, and they're subject to constant revisions and changes. So if we give them the authorization, then they can go ahead and take advantage of some cost savings, which, as you just pointed out, is obviously very important wherever we can realize some savings, especially on something like energy costs. So I would like to add that as well. Did anyone have any questions? Mr. Hall can explain that a little more than I can.
Good.
Okay. So I would like to go ahead then and make a motion to approve finance items 1 through 7, including the new item extending the electricity contract.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Dr. Nolish. We can move on to Mrs. Spade, Support Services.
Support Services, we have 2 articles on here. This is the second reading. The first one is a change order for approval for the middle school and high school construction project, which is basically electrical in nature. The second is the purchase of a new food truck, and it will not cost our district anything out of the general fund because it will be paid for by the money that the food service generates. Okay. The superintendent recommends, and I so move that the board approve support service items 1 and 2.
Second.
Any questions? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we are at the closing of the meeting, but I do have to mention, are there any additional public comments before we close the meeting? There being none?
I have a question.
Yes,
Before we.
please. Good.
How come Tom Kelly isn't on the agenda this evening to vote for
For-
him to
We
be on the consortium?
I thought we voted last time.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was a full vote or whether it was
Yeah.
to get on this.
Oh, no, yeah.
They're going to do that.
That was for us to nominate him
Oh.
and add his
Yeah.
name.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn. No, I'm sorry,
Sorry,
Mr.
Mr.
Mullo?
Wallace.
Sure.
I just wanted to, kind of went over Beatty. And I just wanted to say that Mr. Nudie and myself were given a tour today by Mr. Heasley and during the day. So as opposed to a tour at night, we saw the students working and met several of the teachers. And Mr. Heasley showed us some where some new equipment will be going in, where some will be needed, in the coming years, and also some ideas for new programs. And he did mention that dental technology and auto painting were areas. He needs more students.
He needs more students.
He cannot fill,
Okay.
everybody coming out of there has a job, and he can fill more jobs.
Wow.
We also had a very, very wonderful lunch there.
Crab cakes were great.
All right. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.